Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Tanvi Taneja with the Midday News. The headlines. Congress Legislative Party meeting underway in Jaipur amid political crisis in Rajasthan. Railways and Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal says that Atmanirbhar Bharat is about opening India's doors for greater global engagement. Niti Aayog Vice Chairman says all countries must come together to convert the present COVID-19 situation into an opportunity for accelerating the progress to achieve sustainable development goals. COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 63.01% in the country. Over 5,53,000 people have recovered so far. Central Board of Secondary Education announces the result of Class 12th examination. Supreme Court upholds the rights of the Travancore royal family in the administration of Sri Padmanabhaswamy Temple in Kerala. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists killed in an encounter between terrorists and security forces in Anantnag district. The Congress Legislative Party meeting is presently underway in Jaipur amid the political crisis in Rajasthan. The Ashok Gehlot-led Congress government plunged into crisis after Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot declared open rebellion. Mr. Pilot claimed that the Gehlot government has been reduced to a minority as over 30 Congress MLAs are supporting him. Earlier, the Congress made an appeal to its rebel MLAs and ministers to attend the meeting of the party legislature. Addressing a press conference in Jaipur, senior Congress leader Randeep Surjewala said that Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot and other ministers and MLAs should attend the meeting. He said several discussions over the phone were held with Mr. Pilot and other leaders. He said if there are any differences, these should be put at the party forum and the party will resolve it. He clarified that Mr. Pilot has not yet issued any anti-party statement, so the party's doors are open for him. This meeting was supposed to take place at 10:30 a.m., but it was postponed. Mr. Gehlot had on Saturday alleged that the opposition BJP is trying to lure Congress MLAs to topple the state government. The BJP has dismissed the claim, saying the recent developments only reflected a power struggle between Mr. Gehlot and Mr. Pilot. Senior BJP leader Shahnawaz Hussain has said the political crisis in Rajasthan is an internal matter of the Congress. He said it is a direct result of keeping the interest of one family over the interests of the party. Mr. Hussain said all grassroots youth leaders who are seen as a threat to Rahul Gandhi are being ignored and insulted regularly. More from our correspondent.
Ever since the government formed under the leadership of Ashok Gehlot, many times it has come to know that there are 2 power centers in the state government. There has been a complaint from Sachin Pilot that despite being Deputy Chief Minister and State Party President, he has not been given importance in the government. Even during the Rajya Sabha elections, contradictions were noticed in the statements of the 2 leaders, which gave a message that things are not going well in the government. The latest controversy arose after the SOG issued notices to the Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister and MLAs for recording their statement in the matter of alleged horse trading during Rajya Sabha election. The Chief Minister is having the Home Department portfolio, hence questions have been raised on these notices. It may be said from the Congress that the party's doors are open for Mr. Pilot and other MLAs, but removal of the banners of Sachin Pilot at outside the office of State Congress Committee is indicating that the scope of some sort of reconciliation is now very less. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
Railways and Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said that Atmanirbhar Bharat is about opening India's doors for greater global engagement. He said the government wants Indian entrepreneurs to be a part of the resilient global chain. Addressing the 184th Annual General Meeting of Bombay Chambers of Commerce through video conferencing, the minister said the Atmanirbhar Bharat is a strong, resilient and confident India in which trade bodies have a very important role to play as partners of India's growth story. He urged the trade bodies to work collectively to achieve the targets. He said India wants to be a self-reliant, self-resilient, confident country engaging with the world from a position of strength. He said the kind of reforms the Prime Minister announced fulfill short-term goals as well as the long-term development of the people of the country. He said the government is identifying sectors where the exports can be enhanced and imports can be substituted, and 12 industry sectors have been identified to promote Indian manufacturing. Referring to COVID-19 pandemic, the minister said Indians worked together to convert this crisis into opportunities and responded well to the Prime Minister's call to fight with coronavirus. He said India is producing sufficient numbers of PPE and masks to tackle this crisis. He also prayed for the speedy recovery of the superstar Amitabh Bachchan and his family members who have tested COVID positive. Niti Aayog Vice Chairman Dr. Rajiv Kumar said that all the countries must come together to convert the present COVID-19 situation into an opportunity for accelerating the progress towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals targets. He said the role of international cooperation is more critical than ever before. While presenting India's second voluntary national review at the United Nations High-Level Political Forum on Sustainable Development 2020, Mr. Kumar highlighted India's response towards COVID-19 pandemic under the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign. He said India has achieved remarkable progress in reducing multidimensional poverty, providing food safety and clean cooking fuel, and ensuring education for all. He said India operationalized the world's largest health insurance program by covering 500 million citizens. He highlighted the leading role India has been playing in promoting global engagement platforms such as International Solar Alliance, Sendai Framework and the Paris Climate Agreement. On the occasion, Niti Aayog Chief Executive Officer Amitabh Kant said the government is committed to undertake new initiatives to accelerate progress on the SDGs targets for long-term transformation. He said in this endeavour, peer learning and knowledge sharing will play a key role which the government is actively fostering among states and union territories. The India Voluntary National Review 2020 report was also unveiled during this event. The report is a comprehensive account of the adoption and implementation of the 2030 agenda in India. Apart from presenting a review of progress on the 17 SDGs, the report discusses at length the policy and enabling environment, India's approach to localizing SDGs and strengthening means of implementation. Niti Aayog prepared and presented India's first voluntary national review in 2017. The High-Level Political Forum on Sustainable Development 2020 is an international platform for follow-up and review of progress on the 17 Sustainable Development Goals.
The Supreme Court today set aside the 2011 verdict of the Kerala High Court, which had directed the state government to set up a trust to take control of management and assets of the historic Sri Padmanabhaswamy Temple in Kerala. A bench headed by Justice U. Lalit upheld the rights of the Travancore royal family in the administration of the temple. The apex court said, as an interim measure, the district judge of Thiruvananthapuram will hold an administrative committee to manage the affairs of the temple. The top court delivered the verdict on a batch of appeals challenging the January 31, 2011 verdict of the High Court in the matter. The sprawling temple was rebuilt in its present form in the 18th century by the Travancore royal house, which had ruled southern Kerala and some adjoining parts of Tamil Nadu before the integration of the princely state with the Indian Union in 1947. Girls have once again outshined boys in the CBSE Class 12th examination. The board today announced the results. The girls have recorded 5.96% higher pass percentage than the boys. The overall pass percentage in this examination is 88.78%. This year, the CBSE has recorded increase of 5.38% in pass percentage as compared to last year. Trivandrum region has recorded highest pass percentage at 97.67, while Patna region is the lowest at 74.57. The pass percentage of Delhi region is 94.39. The result can be accessed at www.cbseresults.nic.in, www.cbse.nic.in and www.results.nic.in. Students can also access the result through telephone number 011 243 00699. In Madhya Pradesh, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan today allocated portfolios to the new ministers. The Chief Minister has kept the General Administration, Public Relations, Narmada Valley Development, Aviation and some other departments with himself. More from our correspondent.
Chief Minister has kept the General Administration, Public Relations, Narmada Valley Development, Aviation and some other department with himself. Senior BJP leader Narottam Mishra retained the Home Department, while Health allotted to Prabhuram Chaudhary. Tulsi Silawat retained the Water Resources Department, while Govind Singh Rajput retained Revenue and Transport Department. Pradyuman Singh Tomar got Energy, Mahendra Singh Sisodia got Panchayat and Rural Development, while Imarti Devi got Women and Child Development Department. Shivraj Singh Chauhan took oath as Chief Minister for a record fourth term on March 23 after Kamal Nath resigned from the post following rebellion by 22 MLAs of the Congress. Out of the 22 MLAs who walked away with Jyotiraditya Scindia, 14 were inducted into the cabinet. On the other hand, another Congress MLA, Pradyuman Singh Lodhi, also quit the party yesterday and joined the BJP. In the 230-member state assembly, 25 seats are currently lying vacant. Sanjeev Sharma, AII News, Bhopal.
The total number of recovered people affected with coronavirus today crossed the 5.5 lakh mark. The central government said a total of 5,53,471 people have recovered in the country so far, and with this, the recovery rate reached 63.01%. During the last 24 hours, 18,850 people recovered from COVID-19. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry today said a total of 28,701 new cases of COVID-19 were reported in the country within 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 8,78,254. This is the highest number of fresh cases recorded in one day since the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic in India. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country is 3,01,609. In a single day, 500 deaths were reported, taking the nationwide toll to 23,174. With this, the case fatality rate reached 2.63% in the country. Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, said that a total of 2,19,103 samples were tested for coronavirus by various laboratories in the country in the last 24 hours. So far, 1,18,06,256 tests have been conducted. In our series Experts Speak on All India Radio, we bring you the views of leading medical experts on COVID-19. Talking to AIR News, Director at AIIMS in Delhi, Dr. Randeep Guleria, advised people to aggressively follow social distancing and hand hygiene norms to check the spread of COVID-19 infection.
Regular hand washing should be done. So those who in an area where there is coronavirus infection should wash their hands regularly. You should avoid going to crowded places because if someone in the crowd is coughing and has the infection, he can spread to others in the crowded places. And if any member in your family has fever, cough, cold, he should stay at home and avoid going out so that he doesn't spread the infection to other people in the community.
Dr. Anant Mohan, head of pulmonary medicine AIIMS, has advised people not to take medicines like hydroxychloroquine or antimalarial drugs without the prescription of a doctor.
Please do not take medicines such as azithromycin, other antibiotics, antivirals or hydroxychloroquine or other antimalarials without a proper prescription by a doctor. Do not self-medicate.
In Bihar, fresh complete lockdown has been imposed in 2 districts of Sitamarhi and Lakhisarai and extended in 3 more districts of Nevada, Buxar and Supol due to an alarming rise in COVID-19 cases. With this, the lockdown is now continuing in 20 districts across the state. Lockdown has been imposed in Sitamarhi and Lakhisarai districts for over a week, respectively. The lockdown has been extended in Nevada and Supol till the 15th of July, while it will continue in Buxar till the 17th of this month. Except essential services, all activities have been stopped in lockdown areas. Public transport is allowed for conveyance. However, private vehicles are limited to essential works only. Train and flight services have been allowed. AIIMS Patna will start a human trial of coronavirus on vaccine today on 18 volunteers selected by hospital authority. Several people offered to take part in the trial, but only 18 people were selected for the process. The first dose will be given to selected people, and after an interval of 14 days, the second dose will be given. After completion of scheduled period, check-up of people will be undertaken for after effects of the vaccine. Meanwhile, record number of 1,266 positive cases were reported in the state during the last 24 hours. This is the highest number in a single day. Recovery rate in Bihar stands at over 73%. In all, 125 people have lost their lives due to coronavirus infection so far.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Congress Legislative Party meeting underway in Jaipur amid political crisis in Rajasthan. Railways and Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal says Atmanirbhar Bharat is about opening India's doors for greater global engagement. Niti Aayog Vice Chairman says that all countries must come together to convert present COVID-19 situation into an opportunity for accelerating the progress to achieve sustainable development goals. COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 63.01% in the country. Over 5,53,000 people have recovered so far. Central Board of Secondary Education announces the result of Class 12th examination. Supreme Court upholds the rights of the Travancore royal family in the administration of Sri Padmanabhaswamy Temple in Kerala. And in Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists killed in an encounter with security forces in Anantnag district. For quick news updates, round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
In Maharashtra, lockdown will be reimposed in Pune and Pimpri-Chintwad region from midnight tonight till the 23rd of July. Latur district in Marathwada will also remain under lockdown from the 15th to the 30th of July in the wake of surge in COVID cases. More from our Mumbai correspondent.
In Pune, the lockdown will be in 2 phases. In first phase, starting from midnight till 18th July, medical shops, dairies and hospitals will be allowed to remain open. In second phase, between 19th to 23rd July, apart from medical stores, dairies and hospitals, essential services will also be allowed. The sudden surge in cases of COVID-19 has prompted the district administration to reimpose lockdown in parts of Thane. In Thane city too, the lockdown has been extended till 19th July. After Mumbai, Thane and Pune have seen relentless increase in COVID-19 cases. Similarly, Latur district will also remain under lockdown from 15 to 38 July in the wake of rising COVID cases. Madhuri Pange, AIR News, Mumbai.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, Srinagar District Administration has announced restrictions in the notified containment zones of Srinagar city to prevent the spread of corona infection. The move was necessitated as the city has been witnessing a tremendous spike in the number of coronavirus cases over the past about 2 weeks. The total number of positive cases in Srinagar district alone so far has reached 1,708, out of which 1,145 are active. More from our Srinagar correspondent.
Srinagar District Administration has imposed strict restrictions in 88 containment zones of Srinagar city from today. The areas have been sealed off and restrictions on public movement and activities of all sorts have been disallowed in the notified areas. Dr. Shahid Iqbal Chaudhary, District Magistrate Srinagar, has said that in view of the major spike of COVID-19 cases, there was a need to carve out containment zones for effective restrictions in different areas of Srinagar. He has sought the cooperation of the people in strictly enforcing the restrictions in the notified containment zones of the city. Meanwhile, some deputy commissioners of the valley have also announced the restrictions in their respective districts in view of the surge in COVID cases. This is Sunil Kohl for AIR News from Srinagar.
In Mizoram, 4 new positive cases for coronavirus infection have been recorded in the past 24 hours. With this, the total tally has reached 231. 4 new cases were confirmed out of 94 samples tested yesterday. The new patients are all personnel of the National Disaster Response Force NDRF, which is based at Lungarver near Aizawl. Recently, they returned from different states. An official statement said that the active cases presently stand at 81. Also, 150 patients have been discharged after recovery from coronavirus infection so far. A total of 16,696 samples have been tested in the state till date. Nagaland recorded the highest single-day surge in COVID cases with 71 people testing positive for the virus this morning, which took the case tally to 845. State Health Minister S. Fangnu Phom tweeted that out of the 71 new cases, 60 people are tested positive from Dimapur, 7 in Mon and 4 in Kohima. With the addition of new cases, the active cases in the state has increased to 518, while the state's recovery rate remains at 42%, while 327 patients have recovered. It may be mentioned that the state had reported the last highest single-day spike on 22nd of June when 69 people were detected with the virus.
In Karnataka, State Revenue Minister R. Ashok informed media persons in Bengaluru today that a system is in place to impose lockdown for a week in Bengaluru urban and rural districts starting tomorrow evening. On the Chief Minister holding a video conference with district deputy commissioners and other functionaries in the districts today, the Revenue Minister said, based on the prevailing situation, a decision on containment measures in other districts too will be taken. Meanwhile, former Prime Minister and Rajya Sabha member-elect H.D. Devegowda has urged the state government to impose lockdown in the entire state. Expressing concern over the surge in the pandemic, he appealed to people to remain indoors, wear masks and maintain social distance. In Gujarat, the successful model of Dhanvantri Rath has shown the true path of taking health services to people's doorstep during the COVID-19 pandemic. Dhanvantri Raths are mobile medical vans which are providing non-COVID healthcare services to the people. Our correspondent reports that Dhanvantri Raths have successfully conducted over 5 lakh OPD consultations in Ahmedabad so far. A report.
Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation has deployed over 125 Dhanvantari Raths across the city, which are working as fever OPDs. Talking to AIR, Additional Chief Secretary and in charge of COVID-19 control in Ahmedabad, Rajiv Kumar Gupta said the Dhanvantari Raths have also proven helpful in early detection of COVID-19 cases.
ये धनवंतरी वैन फुल्ली लोडेड मोबाइल मेडिकल वैन्स हैं, जिनके अंदर डॉक्टर है, पैरामेडिक हैं, दवाएं हैं, टेस्टिंग के साधन हैं। अहमदाबाद शहर में 125 धनवंतरी वैन्स अलग अलग लगभग 550 स्थलों में जाकर वहां पर फीवर ओपीडी का काम करती हैं और कुल मिला के पिछले 1-1.5 महीने में लगभग 5 लाख लोगों की ओपीडी इन धनवंतरी वैन्स के द्वारा की गई है। इससे जो सबसे बड़ा फायदा ये हुआ है कि कोरोना संक्रमण के अलावा भी जो सीजनल फीवर, फ्लू इसके रोगी हैं या कोरोना के रोगी भी हैं, वो तुरंत उनको हेल्प मिलती है, उनको मेडिकल एडवाइस मिलती है, दवाएं मिलती हैं।
This unique initiative which started from Ahmedabad has now been replicated throughout the state and it is also being widely appreciated at the national level. Aparna Khun, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
In Assam, there is no respite from the flood fury in the state. Over 13 lakh people are affected due to the second wave of floods. The death toll has gone up to 48 as 4 persons lost their lives today. Relief and rescue works have been intensified by the state and national disaster response force. More than 23,000 displaced people are taking shelter at relief camps. Surging water disrupted road communication at several places in the state. Meanwhile, 95% anti-poaching camps are inundated at the Kaziranga National Park. In all, 47 animals died so far due to flood-related incidents, while 70 wild habitants have been rescued by the park authorities. Our correspondent spoke to the Chief Executive Officer of the Assam State Disaster Management Authority, M.S. Manivanan.
Around the 24 districts of the state is affected. 75 numbers of circles, revenue circles are affected and around 2,000 villages are affected. So more than 12,97,000 people are affected and 118 relief camps open to shift the displaced people due to flood. And 21,000 people are taking shelter in the relief camps. And 1,75,000 hectares crop area is affected. So far, the deaths reported due to flood is 44 and landslide deaths are reported around 26. The number of persons rescued so far from the floods, 39,756.
Uttar Pradesh government has issued guidelines to start next academic session in state universities. The classes for graduation first year will start from October 1st and that of post-graduation from November 1st. The government directed that the admission process for the graduation first year shall be completed by September 15th and for the postgraduate by October 31st. Online classes except for the first year students shall start from August 4th. Our correspondent has filed this report.
A minimum of 45 days online studying will be ensured according to the syllabus, and after that, groups of students can be called for classes while maintaining the social distancing norms. Admission process for undergraduates and postgraduate students will be online and should be completed by 15th September and 31st October respectively. The examinations of 2020-21 academic sessions of the universities will be held in March and April next year. All universities have been asked to upload their educational calendar by 20th of July, and uploading of e-content of the syllabus will start from today and should be completed by 31st of this month. Due to the coronavirus pandemic, the educational calendar was affected badly and classes and examinations in all state universities have been delayed. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
The Union government has denied issuing a letter written by the Defence Minister to the Prime Minister, terming this letter fake. The government said no such letter has been written. The Press Information Bureau has cautioned the public to beware of mischief mongers. An alleged letter is circulating on social media platforms wherein the Defence Minister wrote to the Prime Minister on some recommendations related to defence matters. Bharatiya Janata Party President J.P. Nadda has condemned the Mamata Banerjee government for the death of its MLA in West Bengal. Mr. Nadda said the suspected heinous killing of Devendranath Rai is extremely shocking. Mr. Nadda said this is deplorable and speaks of Gunda Raj and failure of law and order in the present government in West Bengal. Mr. Nadda said people will not forgive such a government in the future.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists were killed in an encounter that broke out between terrorists and security forces in Sri Gufwara area in South Kashmir's Anantnag district this morning. According to police, a joint team of Anantnag Police, Army's 3 Rashtriya Rifles and 116 Battalion of Central Reserve Police Force laid a cordon and search operation in Sri Gufwara village on the basis of specific intelligence input. As the joint team approached towards the suspected spot, the hiding terrorists fired upon them. The fire was retaliated by the team, triggering off an encounter that resulted in the killing of 2 terrorists. The identity of the terrorists is being ascertained. The Income Tax Department is conducting searches in 4 cities, including Delhi and Jaipur, in connection with a tax evasion case against a Rajasthan-based jewellery group. Our correspondent, quoting official sources, reports the raids have been launched since early morning in Delhi, Jaipur, Mumbai and Kota. Nearly 100 tax sleuths are part of the action. The department initiated action on the basis of inputs of huge cash transactions taking place and the business group's alleged links to these transactions. The News Services Division of All India Radio in its bilingual live phone-in program today will bring you a special discussion on COVID-19. Dr. Sanjay Pandey of GB Pant Hospital will participate in the discussion. This can be heard tonight on the FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. Listeners can ask questions to the experts on toll-free telephone number 1800-115767.
Now let us take a look at today's weather update. The national capital Delhi may witness generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. The minimum temperature was recorded at 28 degrees Celsius, while the maximum is expected to be around 38 degrees. Mumbai is expected to have a generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. The city witnessed a minimum temperature of 25 degrees and will have a maximum of around 30 degrees. In Chennai, the temperature will hover between 25 and 32 degrees. The city will have a generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Kolkata will have a partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperature was recorded at 27 degrees, while the maximum will be nearly 34 degrees. In Jammu and Kashmir, minimum temperature was 23 degrees Celsius in Jammu, while maximum will be around 35 degrees. The city is likely to have partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. In Srinagar, temperature will hover between 15 and 30 degrees Celsius. The city is expected to witness partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. In Gilgit, minimum temperature was recorded at 18 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 34. City may witness thunderstorm with rain. Muzaffarabad may see mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. Minimum temperature of 19 degrees, maximum temperature will be around 35 degrees. Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Congress Legislative Party meeting underway in Jaipur amid political crisis in Rajasthan. Railways and Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal says Atmanirbhar Bharat is about opening India's doors for greater global engagement. Niti Aayog Vice Chairman says all countries must come together to convert the present COVID-19 situation into an opportunity for accelerating the progress to achieve sustainable development goals. COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 63.01% in the country. Over 5,53,000 people have recovered so far. CBSE announces result of Class 12 examination. And with that, we end the midday news.